It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the football team and the Vikings. And it comes your way next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Washington football team. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, but he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jamin Davis came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Vikings send out their punter. Back deep, Hunter Renfrow. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gordon eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A huge play there for Washington. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Gordon looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
They're just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Cousins again. That's to Cook out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 21 carries, 83 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
To throw on 2nd down, Gordon flushed out right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st down, Gordon.
And yet again, it's McLaurin.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
On 1st and 10, Gordon escaping the pressure right.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
Lining up for the point after.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And out now come the Vikings. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Looking to throw. Gordon. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
Off the play fake, Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation. But I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
He'll find Smith-Marset complete. Touchdown! Ihmir Smith-Marset.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington.
Nice touchdown.
Terry McLaurin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And Washington able to lead out even further.
Extra point. McLaughlin is up and good.
Makes this Washington 28, Vikings 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On second down, it's Cook, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Cousins to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens.
And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing is Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
A nice play design there with the touch yard, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Looking to throw on second down. Gordon, flush to his right. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A final shot before break. Gordon.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
A final shot before break.
Gordon, and this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great play there as time expires in the first half.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. They're set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Gibson.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun, Gordon.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. He finds his man, complete. That's Barrett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, he breaks another, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. A handoff for Gibson.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Gordon rolling to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete.
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Flushed out right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Operating from the gun. Gordon escaping the pressure, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football and averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
Here's Renfro to return.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
And here we go on the next drive for Washington.
They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
2nd down and 3. They'll go again with Gibson.
And some room to roam now. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Barrett. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Back to throw. Gordon.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Washington going to send out their punter,
as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown in.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
William Jackson with a pick. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson.
Evades him at the 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Once more, Gibson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the gun on third down. Gordon. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
Just like that. Just like that. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
To the air again. It's Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Gibson to start the drive. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second down and 7. Looking to throw. Gordon. Throw left side complete. That's Barrett. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. The open man here, Renfro. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. That is Tomlinson who is down. Boy, not what they want to see. We'll check on his status when we get back. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
First down, Washington.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barrett. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Gibson again.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.